Hello, everyone. Vegas Vic 1965. And a new series that I'm going to be starting is going to be all about mobs. The aggressive mobs, the passive yet sometimes aggressive mobs, and then, of course, the totally passive mobs like villagers. But I'm going to go over each and every mob throughout the series, and I'll probably break in and out between different series that I'm doing. But hopefully you'll find these useful. Any detailed information, of course, you can always find out from the wiki, but hopefully these will help you along with your Minecraft world, especially for those folks that are new at the game. So without further ado, let's start off with skeletons, and let's find out. Okay, welcome back, folks. I've got a few skeletons set up here. Here's my one with zero AI that I've been using, but now we're going to throw a couple live ones in there. And the purpose of this is to show you basically what skeletons will attack. Now, first off, I should let you know that skeletons will attack you as a survival player if you are within 16 blocks of them. They will then chase you down. Now, they do spawn in packs of 1 to 4 on Java, 1 to 2 on Bedrock. Now, unlike Java, on Bedrock, these guys will continue to follow you, but if you get within 4 spaces on Java of them, they will start to evade you. They'll start moving around. But on Bedrock, they'll just stand there and take it. So if you're a Java player and you're confused and you're kind of confused because you've been playing Bedrock and you see them that are running away from you, that's just the way it's set up between the two versions. So again, they spawn in packs of 1 to 4 on Java, 1 to 2 on Bedrock. Now, what do these mobs attack? Well, they will definitely attack a baby turtle. Unfortunately, we're going to drop one in here to show you. They will also attack each other, which may happen here in just a moment. My son Noah is here. He wants to say hi. Go ahead and say hi, Noah. Hopefully you heard that. So let's see if we can't drop a few things in here that they will definitely attack. Unfortunately, they do attack baby turtles like all undead mobs do. A lot of these mobs will just attack them, and it's very unfortunate. Now, what you'll see here also is if they accidentally hit each other or another zombie or another aggressive mob, you'll see that they will start to attack each other. So that actually can work in your favor. If you're out and about and you got a bunch of mobs chasing you and you've got some skeletons, see if you can't get one of the other mobs in their path. That way, they can start attacking each other and get rid of them. But if you notice over here, they do not attack villagers. So if you're worried about that, have no fear. They will not attack your villagers. Now, the only thing they will attack, as you saw so far, was themselves, other aggressive mobs that they hit and are also aggressive, or baby turtles, or they also will hit these guys right here, as you see here. And he's going to come after him, or he thinks he's going to be coming after him, but he's not going to get him. This is something that you can actually use to your advantage. Now, there are something called music discs in the game that you can find in either dungeons, you find them there's a whole bunch of places you can find them. Usually in treasure chests associated with either like a dungeon or if you're out in the end. But there's another way to get those music discs, and that's to have one of these guys kill a creeper. And a lot of YouTubers have attempted to use, like myself, an iron golem with a water setup to where the skeleton is going to try and hit the iron golem, but the arrow actually goes through water. But in between that, if you see my music disc farms, if you haven't, check out my channel. But there are music disc farms that I have made where the creeper happens to be in the way of the iron golem. So when or yourself, and if they shoot at the iron golem or yourself and they hit the creeper and the creeper dies, you will get a music disc. So let's talk about drops, for instance. Now you can see here they drop arrows, they drop bows, they also bones and arrows. They also will drop occasionally a bow, and if they have equipment, they will also occasionally drop those as well. And I talked about the spawn packs. These also do come in spawners throughout the world. Now, when it comes to the spawners, you've got dungeon spawners, which have a 25% chance to spawn a skeleton spawner. There's also spider spawners, which take up 25%. And then the regular dungeons for zombie spawners, about 50%. But there are also a few other spawners. You've got the cave spider spawner, but they only spawn in mine shafts. A silverfish spawner, which only spawns at end portals. And of course, the blaze spawners in the nether fortress. So you can find these skeleton spawners on occasion. They are difficult, but they can find them and you can farm them. And in 1.16, they will be adding a new spawner called the Magma Cube spawner in Bastion Remnants in those treasure rooms, usually under a bridge in the treasure room. Skeletons, like other undead mobs, will burn up in the daylight. As you will see, if we spawn one in, he is going to attempt to find some place that he can go to, either in the shade or he will drop in the water like he did just there. Now, one thing skeletons will do is they will continue to shoot at you if you're within that 16 blocks, but they will not come out of the water and chase you down like a zombie would. Now, a zombie, we'll go over those much later, will actually leave the water, come after you. The skeleton will not. If he's shooting in you, get 16 or more blocks away, he will stop shooting at you. One other thing is skeletons and wolves don't mix. So you'll see that we'll pop a wolf in here. And wolves naturally, they will naturally go after, that's another one, but they naturally go after skeletons, and skeletons will run away from them until the wolf actually does damage. And at that point, then the skeleton will attempt to attack the wolf. As you can see here, and even this skeleton's kind of hesitant. He must have taken damage, but the normal procedure for a wolf is to kill the skeleton. He's going after the bones, right, buddy? Yeah, I got my son here. He says the wolves go after him because they love bones, which is probably true. Very, very true. So now skeletons, when they go in the water, will actually sink, and they'll sink all the way to the bottom, but they will not drown. And on Bedrock version, the closer you get to a skeleton, the faster he will shoot, but the less damage he will do. Now, when it comes to potion effects, the potion of healing that you would normally use for yourself will actually damage these guys, as you can see here. But the potion of harming does the opposite effect, and that actually heals them. So if we carry around those potions, you can use those as well, which is quite a bit of work. Now, another thing that can happen is you can run across one of these guys here. This is a skeleton horse. If you are unfamiliar with this, and you're out in your world and you're running around, you see one, it's a very good possibility, if you had thunderstorms the night before, that this could be a skeleton, what's called a skeleton trap. Now, know what happens when you get too close to a skeleton trap.
It will summon in lightning on the skeleton horse, and a skeleton will go on the horse but they will always have a helmet on their head. How many of these, when you trigger that trap, how many you spawn? 3? 4. Oh, 4. I was close. Yeah, you were close. You were close. 4 of these guys will spawn. They do spawn, like Noah said, with equipment. And usually they'll have enchanted bows, and they're pretty tough. So make sure you're geared up before you run into one or get away. Now, another thing I mentioned earlier is they will attack each other too. So if you happen to get in the path of their paths crossing where they're shooting at each other, they can start killing each other off. But if you're really hoping to get one of these horses, make sure you're careful with your aim, because you can also kill them as well. Now, something I also want to mention is during Halloween, our skeleton friend here has a chance to spawn with what, Noah? Jack-o'-lantern.
That's right. Really cool little jack-o'-lantern head on their heads. And those skeletons sometimes can actually spawn in, if you've ever seen one, as a spider jockey. It's a low percentage, but every now and then these guys will spawn in the world riding a spider, which I think is pretty cool. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention too, and Noah wanted to mention, was what do you think the best enchantment would be to attack an undead mob such as a skeleton? Would you use sharpness?
Smite.
Smite is exactly right. Smite does far more damage to a skeleton than sharpness would do. Now, the equipment that these guys drop really depends on the difficulty level. If you are on easy difficulty level, they will not spawn with any equipment. But as you go into the higher equipment difficulty levels, you'll see that in normal, they'll sometimes spawn with equipment, and they'll even do more so with hard difficulty. And a lot of times those can be enchanted, and they can have a chance to drop when you do kill them. Okay, well, that about wraps it up for skeletons in this the mob guide that we're going to be doing, the mob series guide. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you want to subscribe for future videos, I make videos every Wednesday, have them edited by early Thursday morning, U.S. Pacific time. Noah, do you think we missed anything about the skeletons that you might want to mention?
I hope so.
What's that?
We didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I hope we didn't miss anything anyway. But if you guys think we might have missed something, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. We always answer. And we hope you, again, enjoy the video. And until next week in the next mob guide, we shall see you then. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.